This week on the Hooters Tour with Lee Moore and Kim Breel.
Coming up this half hour, our Naturally Fresh $100,000 points race gets to within 33 points. Hear what our top two have to say. Also, our winner comes from back in the pack. See 4 rounds of exciting golf. You'll also meet Hooters professional Greg Parker and his wife Katie, who plays on the LPGA Tour. All that and more next.
Don't miss out on the Hooters 500, the most exciting racing event of the year, and a ticket package you can't get elsewhere. The package includes Hooters 500 reserved seats in the Eastern Grandstand, the ARCA Championship Saturday, and an invitation to the Champions Party on the Georgia Dome Saturday night. A farewell tribute to Harry Gant, drivers, crews, cars, the Miss Hooters 500 contest, and party to the live music of Charlie Daniels. These are the tickets and party everyone's talking about. So call 1-800-HOOT-500. That's 1-800-466-8500.
Earn their wings every day.
Hooters, it's not just a restaurant, it's an adventure.
Fellow Americans, recently it's been reported in the national media that I am preoccupied with Hooters. I wish to state for the record that I have not been sneaking out in the middle of the night and going to Hooters. Reports that I have been seen eating a big plate of nearly world-famous chicken wings are simply not true. It's just another attempt to discredit the policies of this administration. Thank you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Green Cove Springs, Florida, and the Magnolia Point Golf Course. I'm Lee Moore.
And I'm Kim Breel. This is our 19th and next to last regular event of the year. The Hooters Classic is being contested over a tough, and I might add, more than damp 7,000-yard layout designed by PGA Tour star Mark McCumber.
While the $100,000 purse, Kim, is the event we're going to be focusing on right here with the 164 players that are going to be taking part, the big story has been the media. Now, they've latched on to this 3-man race for the $100,000 check, and we're going to be following that very closely like everyone else, and that's presented by the Naturally Fresh Foods. And the 3 are current points leader Andrew Morris of Needham, Massachusetts, Ricky Smallridge of Opelika, Alabama, and Dickie Thompson of Peachtree City, Georgia.
There are all kinds of sidebar stories attached to this race. For instance, Dickie Thompson has missed the last 2 cuts coming into Jacksonville. Smallridge has failed to have a top 10 finish in the last 3 or 4 events, and Morris will miss the cut here, and Thompson must decide in the next day or 2 if he's going to play in the PGA Tour event in the Buick Southern Open gained from winning on our tour earlier this year in Columbus, Georgia.
So he's got a lot on his mind right now. But Kim, this points race really is going to be settled out on the golf course in the next couple of weeks. With that in mind, let's check out the action in rounds 1 and 2 right here at the Magnolia Point Golf Course, again located in Jacksonville, Florida, or near Jacksonville. Rounds 1 and 2 of the Hooters Classic. 164 players will make up the field at the 2nd annual Hooters Classic, and they'll be confronted with some wet conditions on an otherwise fine golf course. Early on the first day, Joe McCormick of Hutchinson, Minnesota is going to start playing some solid golf. At hole number 10, Joe's going to pick up a par 4 on this putt. Now, on the day, McCormick is going to shoot a 2-under par 70. Again, Joe is one of the players who has great potential, and as we near season's end, he's going to be a strong candidate for a PGA Tour card in the coming weeks. Now, playing in the group with Joe is Dickie Thompson. We've been talking about Dickie so much. He's our money leader. He's also the guy that's right in the thick of the battle for the points race. Dickie has missed 2 cuts in a row, and he's just concentrating on getting things moving all in one direction. Now his par at the 10th on Thursday is going to get him started, and before the day is over, he's going to claim a 1 under par 71. Javier Sanchez, like Dickey, is from south of Atlanta. He needs to have a good score recorded. He gets a par. He's off to a round of 68, and he's pleased with his first 18 holes. Another guy looking for a big showing this weekend is Ricky Smallridge of Opelika, Alabama. Ricky occupies second place in that naturally fresh chase for the $100,000. At hole number 8, he's going to sink a par putt, and like Thompson, Smallridge is working on a 71 for the day. Steve Carter, Jacksonville, Florida, has got his folks out here watching this weekend. He was high on the leaderboard when we played last week in West Palm Beach, and you remember play was suspended on that last day. Here he gets a par at the 18th, and his 2 over 74 is going to force him to come back with a good day on Friday in order to make the cut. Thursday, though, is going to belong to a couple of raging Cajuns. Rob McKelvey held the lead for a short period of time at 5 under par 67 on the first day. And then former Southwest Louisiana teammate Trey Coker posted a course record tying 65, and he took the naturally fresh $100 low round of the day honors. Friday, the storyline centered on Andy Morris of Needham, Massachusetts. Andy's going to post a 74 on Thursday, and Friday he's trying to make the cut in order to pad his bonus points lead, which stands at 197. Now, Andy comes to his final 5 holes, and at number 14, he's going to make this putt right here for a birdie, still in contention for making the cut. The next hole is a par 5, and Andy looks right into the drink where his ball goes, and some bad luck right there. He's going to wind up taking a 6 on this hole. The next hole, that's at number 16. He hits the flagstick with his second shot, but the ball bounds away. He'll not make the birdie. Andy Morse is going to post a second day 74, and it's a third time this year he has missed a cut, but it's a bad time for this to happen. Dave Schreier is going to register a 66. That's going to give him a 1-shot lead after 36 holes. After 36 holes, 3 Georgia neighbors are in a tight battle for the lead, with former PGA Tour player Dave Schreier at 10 under par. At 135 are Rob McKelvey of Lawrenceville, Georgia, and Javier Sanchez of Fayetteville, Georgia. Alone in third is Joe McCormick of Hutchinson, Minnesota. Trey Coker comes back from his first round, 65, which tied the course record, with an even par 72, and he's 3 shots behind the leader. 1 stroke further back is Sean Haberstroh of Scottsdale, Arizona. 3 players have 5 under par scores of 139. In that group is Dave Hauser of Cordova, Tennessee, Tom Gross, Jacksonville, Florida, and Hicks Melanson again of Marietta. The group at 4 under includes Chris Harlow of Greensboro, Gibby Gilbert Jr. of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and Gibby rebounds after missing the cut at West Palm just a week ago. Along with Lenny Matisse of Ponte Vedra, Florida, and Spike McCroy of Huntsville, Alabama, this is our leaderboard after 2 rounds.
When we return, we're going to check out Monday's 10-spot qualifier. We'll meet Hooters professional Greg Parker, along with his wife Katie Peterson Parker, who plays the LPGA. All of that and more coming up right after this.
Hi, this is Marlene from Hooters in Jacksonville. We'll be right back with more golf on This Week on the Hooters Tour.
Who's getting happy? Who's having fun? Who's been to Hooters? Come on, everyone, it's at Hooters. Hooters. Hooters makes you happy. Hooters makes you happy. Hooters makes you happy. Hooters makes you happy. Good times, great food, fun music, what a hoot. Hooters. Hooters. Everybody's getting happy at Hooters.
Everybody limbo! Tonight's winner limbo's home with Bud Light.
Oh, really? Lord.
Oh, my.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Not low enough.
At Hooters, our girls earn their wings every day.
Hooters, it's not just a restaurant, it's an adventure.
Kim, we had a 3-way tie for those medalist honors in our Monday qualifier. all shooting 1 under par 71s. They were Tony Thorpe, Tim Holt, and John Van Wert. Now, of course, Tim Holt has played on our tour before. He won, as a matter of fact, a couple of years ago up at Bowling Green, Kentucky. Some of the other guys that made the field here through the qualifier, Patrick Tessman, he shot a 72. A couple of 74s, Brett Pavalonis, who's played this tour before, and Drake Morey. Now, others making the field from the 10-spot qualifier were Price Coakley. Also in there was Dewey Arnett, Brian Slevin, and David Elder. 2 alternates came from our qualifying group. They were Max Smith and also Eddie Lively.
Greg Parker of Old Fort, North Carolina, has yet to win on our tour this year. He has won in 1992 in Greenwood, South Carolina, and he spent the last year on the Nike Tour. And he does occasionally caddy for his wife, Katie Peterson, on the LPGA Tour.
Well, I think that he helps me a lot more than I help him. I basically just try to carry the bag and try to keep him calm and try and talk about other things, try to get his mind off the course, because sometimes he gets too intense, he gets too serious about things. And I usually play better when he caddies for me, because he really does know my game a lot, and he helps me club and he helps me read greens. He's a little better putter than I am, so I need to learn that from him.
And she's got a better paying job than I do right now. I mean, she has the opportunity to make, you know, if she has a great week, she can make $90,000. I obviously can't make that much yet, but I think it's wonderful. You know, I'm not a bit jealous of her. I support her 100%. If tomorrow I never could play golf again and she won 15, 20 tournaments, I would support her wholeheartedly. You know, I hope that we both make it, but if she does and I don't, I don't have any problems, and I think that, you know, if I down the road were more successful than her, I don't think she will have a problem. And it's like any other business. You must start at the bottom and work your way up. When I came out of school, you know, in '87, I was a first-team All-American. I thought, you know, I'm ready for the tour. I held my own with Davis when he was in school. I'm ready. And I found very quickly that I wasn't. And I see a lot of people that get frustrated and maybe give up too early. You know, say, God, you know, I want the world now. Well, it just doesn't work that way. You know, I'm 28. I'm a veteran, but I'm still young. And I feel like my best golf is 5 years down the road, and I keep that as my goal in mind. And when you're out here and you have a bad day and you shoot 75, you go home and you think about where you want to be and how you're going to get there. Not, well, I shot 75, I must be terrible if I can't do better at this level. I'm packing it up. I mean, you know, you just have to keep plugging. Maybe I'll make it, maybe I won't, but I think I will. I mean, it may not be next year, it may be when I'm 31 or 32.
When we come back, we'll keep up with Dickie Thompson and Ricky Smallridge, 2 guys shooting for the points title, along with the other top players in the 3rd and 4th rounds of the Hooters Classic.
Hi, my name is Chris from Hooters of Jacksonville, and we'll crown our champion right after this.
So I said to Henny, of course chickens are more important to Hooters than owls.
Who?
Chickens, that's who.
I beg to differ.
Well, peg all you want. Without chickens, there'd be no chicken sandwiches or chicken salad, or Hooters' famous chicken wings. There'd be no Hooters if it weren't for chicken.
It's really not wise to even argue the point.
That's because I'm right.
No, that's because you're not going to be around long anyway. Chicken.
Naturally fresh, simply delicious. Just wait and see. You'll taste the quality. Preservative free. We always have been, always will be. Naturally, it's simply delicious. Naturally fresh. It's a lifestyle.
Are you still drinking the old thing? Try the next thing, Powerade. With 33% more carbos than Gatorade and a taste you can really slam. Powerade, the next thing.
His friends call him Super Dave, and his sister Cindy, you might have heard of her, has won on the LPGA Tour just a year ago. Now, here at the Magnolia Point Golf Course, Dave Schreier holds a one-shot lead going into round 3 over Javier Sanchez and Rob McKelvey.
42 players posting scores of par or better on Magnolia Point's 7,000-yard layout. Most of the attention late in the day was focused on the final 2 groups, who were our leaders going into the 3rd round. Javier Sanchez of Fayetteville, Georgia, looked as though he was back after a long absence from the Hooters top 10 going into Sunday. After a bogey on the opening hole to fall to -8, Sanchez birdies the 528 par 5 4th hole. He will sink a long putt on the 10th hole for birdie, and now standing at 11 under par for the tournament and just a single stroke off the lead. Trouble over the next 8 holes included 2 bogeys and a double bogey for a disappointing 74, falling 6 strokes off the lead. Sean Haberstroh of Scottsdale, Arizona, started round 3 4 strokes off the pace. After rounds of 72, 66, Sean will post a 2 under par 70 to be tied for 6th entering Sunday's final round. Joe McCormick of Hutchinson, Minnesota, was hoping for a string of birdies to keep within contention of winning his first tournament of the year. This birdie on number 10 got Joe to -10 for the tournament, and at the time just 2 back of our leader. McCormick will bogey before the round is over, finishing the day 1 under par and 9 under for the tournament. Rob McKelvey of Lawrenceville, Georgia, also had a hard time making a move in Saturday's 3rd round. A lot of pars will have him posting a 1 under par round of 71. Good enough, though, to be alone in 2nd place at 206 or 10 under par. The player who was striking the ball well with confidence all day long was Dave Schreier of Peachtree City, Georgia. Schreier fires a 69 with several could-be birdie putts, just not falling. He did, however, find the hole here at the short par 3 2nd hole. This birdie on number 9 gets Schreier to 12 under par for the tournament, 2 under for the day. He will make one more birdie at the 385 par 4 16th hole, moving to 13 under, where he'll stay 3 strokes in front of McKelvey heading into round 4. Again, after 54 holes of play, Dave Schreier's 69 gives him a 3-stroke lead over Rob McKelvey. 3 players are 4 back at 207. They are Jay Davis of Jacksonville, Illinois, Brian Contact of Phoenix, Arizona, both firing 5 under pars 66, and Joe McCormick of Hutchinson, Minnesota. 5 back of our leader are 4 players. Lan Gooch, who was very close to breaking the course record, his 65 today moves him into a tie for 6 with Jason Larson, Craig Bowden, and Sean Haberstroh.
Now, here's the final 18 holes of play, again at the Hooters Classic.
With 3 strokes separating Dave Schreier from the rest of the field, it was going to take an almost perfect round to catch this former PGA professional. Tim Holt of Wesley Chapel, Florida, picked up some pace on Saturday with a 5 under par 67. He started the day 6 back at -7. This birdie on number 9 moves Holt to 9 under for the tournament. He'll shoot a 69 and finish tied for 8th at 10 under par. Lan Gooch followed his 3rd round 65 with a 3 under par 69. He'll finish in a 5-way tie for 3rd at -11. Jason Larson of San Ramon, California, had one of his best showings of the year. This birdie at number 9 was won on his way to a 69. He'll finish tied for 3rd, also at 11 under par. McKelvey and Schreier were very quiet on this final day. McKelvey with a bogey at 9 falls to 11 under par. A lot of pars has McKelvey posting an even par round of 72, falling back from 2nd place to a tie for 8th. Dave Schreier also had a tough time with posting birdies. He too played par golf with the biggest highlight of the day coming at number 18, where he sinks this long breaking birdie putt to put him at 13 under par and alone in 2nd place. The man of the day was a free-spirited Brian Contact. This birdie at number 11 moves Brian to 14 under par for the tournament and 5 under through 11 holes. He'll come back with an eagle at the par 5 12th hole, pushing his score to 16 under par with 6 holes to play. A fantastic save at number 15 after towing the ball into the lake keeps Brian at 15 under par after a bogey on 14. He'll coast in with 3 pars to finish at 15 under par and our winner at stop number 19.
I've been putting well the last 3 days, and if I knew if I could get on the greens just today, I'd have a shot at it, and I went out and I did it.
Your 72-hole leaderboard again has Brian Contact winning his first professional event. Dave Schreier comes in second. He'll receive a check for $8,500. 5 guys are tied for third. They are Ricky Smallridge, whose 5 under par 67 today helped him both financially as well as in the points race. Gibby Gilbert Jr. also finishes at -11, along with Spike McRoy, Jason Larson, and Lan Gooch.
Still ahead, Kim, we're going to feature one of our great young players on how to improve your golf game and my golf game. And we're going to have one of our rules officials to help you better understand the game with the rules segment.
And we're going to go back and give you an up-to-date picture of our $100,000 Naturally Fresh bonus race, and that's with just one more event to go in the season.
Getting nervous.
Fellow Americans, I've taken this airtime today to clear up a few misconceptions that have been in the press lately regarding my wife's involvement with Hooters. At no time prior to or since my having been elected president has my wife invested in Hooters. My wife has made some investments from time to time, and she does have some stock holdings. She has some IBM and some General Motors and some mutual funds, but she does not have any Hooters. Thank you. Fellow Americans, I realize that not everyone is a powerful lobbyist or owns a huge poultry conglomerate, and many of you may be a little short on cash after the middle-class tax increase I sucker punched you with. But if you still want to contribute to my legal defense fund, Hooters Restaurants is donating 1 out of every 10 chicken wings they sell to go toward feeding my lawyers. So please, go to Hooters and buy as many chicken wings as you can afford. Thank you. Fellow Americans, there's been a lot of talk in the press lately regarding my involvement with Hooters. Prior to my having been elected president, I enjoyed Hooters whenever I got the chance. But the integrity of this office must not be compromised by these unfounded Hooters allegations. Last November, the American people voted for change, and I'm trying to change. It's not easy, though, with all those Hooters out there. Thank you.
One thing about the Hooters Tour, Kim, not only do we have some great young players out here, some of these guys are terrific teachers. Here's a sample.
Hi, I'm John Harless of the Hooters Tour, and today I'm going to help you with your long putts. Try to imagine the ball rolling down toward the hole, where it's picking up speed here at the slopes, okay? Your line is also important on this, but since it's such a far putt, the ball is not actually going to start breaking till like the last third of the way there. So you want to look at this almost like in 2 segments. What's the ball going to be doing the last third of the way to the hole, which it looks like it's going to be breaking to the left, all right, and how hard do I need to hit to get it there? So really the 2 keys to long putts is look at the ball from like the last third into the hole and try to figure out your speed from where you are to there. Hopefully you won't have many long putts. See you at Hooters.
Doug Finley and Jeff Harlow handle officiating duties for the Hooters Tour. Each week we call on one of them to help improve our understanding of the rules.
Hello once again, everyone. I'm Doug Finley, Rules Director for the Hooters Professional Golf Tour. This week on Rules Tips, we're going to look at USGA Rule number 13, which is playing the ball as it lies, and specifically Section 13-4, which is a ball lying in or touching a hazard. We're going to look at 2 interesting situations and give you the ruling in each case. Here we are today with Hooters of America Sports Promotion Manager Chris Duncan, and he is playing a shot in the bunker, but he hits too far behind the ball, and he fails to extricate it from the bunker. He then proceeds to smooth his irregularities in the area where the stroke was played. Exception 2 to this rule permits smoothing provided that the lie of the ball is not improved and the player is not assisted in his subsequent play of the hole. The smoothing does not improve the new lie of the ball. However, his opponent claims the smoothing assisted him in his subsequent play of the hole because it constituted testing the consistency of the sand. Is his opponent correct? In this case, the ruling is no. Chris was able to test the consistency of the sand during his first stroke in the bunker, and he would gain no additional information by smoothing the sand at the place where the stroke was played. Therefore, under Rule 13 in this case, Chris was not subject to any kind of penalty in the bunker. In our second situation, Chris's stroke from the bunker has failed to get the ball out of the bunker. He, as you can see, has swung his club into the sand in anger, but his action did not in any way affect his new lie in the bunker. The question is, since Chris had to play another stroke in the bunker, was he in breach of the rule? The answer in this case is yes, he was in breach of the rule, as the exception to the rule does not apply. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us for another rules tip on This Week on the Hooters Tour. We hope to see you at your nearest Hooters restaurant for lots of chicken wings.
Now, because of the interest in the top 32 money winners with our Match Play Championship just a couple of weeks away, we're going to give you a good idea of what it's going to take to make this top group. Now, as we show you the current top 32 money winners.
The official money list has our leader over $54,000 through 19 events. That's Dickie Thompson, who will be playing in the Southern Open next week. Ricky Smallridge moves to within $2,200 with his third place finish this week. The rest of the top 10 has Eric Johnson, Andrew Morse, Paul Claxton, Brian Contact, Jimmy Green, Brian Gorman, Craig Perks, and Mike Swartz. Coming into the Hooters Classic, our points leader by 197 points was Andrew Morse. Again, we mentioned Andrew missed the cut this week. So heading to Gainesville in the final tournament of the year, Andrew has seen his lead slip just a little bit.
Sure has.
The Naturally Fresh Points Battle is definitely becoming an event all its own, as with one event remaining, Ricky Smallridge pulls within 33.63 points of our leader, Andrew Morse. If you look at our next three, you'll see that they are mathematically eliminated from the race, as the most points you can get from a single tournament would be 220, and that's if you get 200 for winning first place and 5 points each day for the low round of the day.
Kim, I think there's little question that Gainesville, now that's his final shot of the year, has got Andrew thinking a lot about that $100,000 check.
You know, I'm going to come back strong next week, and you know, Ricky's going to have to play awful well to win, that's for sure. And I definitely want to play well and not, you know, miss the cut and make him, you know, look like I handed it to him. And
he can play well and sew things up. He can play bad, and then I still have to play well. So, I mean, you know, he's got a couple things going for him, and you know, and I'm just, all I can do is just, I've almost have to play good.
Well, it's that time again, time almost to say goodbye. A lot of people to thank. One of those is Van Royal. He's a general manager here at Magnolia Point.
It's certainly one of the nicest events that I've been around. I've been associated with some very fine amateur events as well as a few professional events. And this group of young men and the people that put on the tournament are as nice as you'll find anywhere.
Again, thanks, Van. Also, our special thanks go out to the director of golf here, Jeff Harris, and of course, the great folks at the Hooters of Jacksonville, and we'll invite you to stop at one of 3 great locations there at San Jose Boulevard. There's also one at the Landing, and there's one out at Jacksonville Beach. Did also want to mention that next year we're going into a qualifying system for this tour. At 3 locations across the country, Kim, we're going to have one out in the area of Arizona, California, also one in Texas, and there's going to be one in Myrtle Beach. Right now, what I can tell you is to call our 800 number for more information about the qualifying schools for this tour next year at 800-992-8748.
And next week, Lee, more than $200,000 is going to be on the line at the Naturally Fresh Classic in Gainesville, Florida. Join us for another 30 minutes on the most exciting young golf tour in the country.
This week on the Hooters Tour is brought to you by Hooters Restaurants, Naturally Fresh Foods, and by Bud Light. If you like the clothes that Kim and Lee are wearing, call the Hooters Merchandise Catalog at 1-800-961-2231.